Hey, what's up everyone? This is Victor Joshua here. I'm excited to be able to make this introductory video for this YouTube channel. I welcome every single one of you to this channel. I believe that there's a reason why you're here, and there is a reason why I'm here to make this video so that you can learn. In this channel, I'm going to be talking about the experiences that I've had over the years, and that makes me come to the conclusion that there is a life game that we should all play. There is a life game that we should all strive to play. I believe strongly that this is the single life game that every single person is really like desiring to play. Every single person is really desiring to, to get better and to get better at. Now, this three life game is something I'm going to be sharing with you in this introductory video. I'm not going to be going too deep into this live game, but I'm just going to be touching every single one of them. So it's one of them. There are three live games, and we're going to be going straight into them right now. The first live game is the purpose live game, right? It's the purpose live game. The first one is the purpose live game. You see, there comes a time in a man's life, when I mean man, I'm talking about men and women, right? There comes a time in a man's life when you start to ask yourself questions, deep questions about your existence. And it's basically about, why exactly am I here on earth? What exactly is the thing that God has put in me that he wants me to accomplish here on earth? Right? That single question is something that everybody needs to answer, because it is critical. Because if you don't answer that question, if you don't find out why you're here on earth, you're going to find out that you're going to live a life of, unfulfillment over the course of your life. Because when you get to the end of your life, you find out that you didn't, live a fulfilled life, because you didn't do exactly why. You didn't do exactly what God brought you here to do. And so that's why it's very important to ask yourself these questions and to find out why you're here and to actually do them. But one of the things that I understand is that some people get to find their purpose, but not everybody get to walk in it, right? Some people find a purpose, but not everyone get to actualize their purpose. Not everyone get to walk in it. And so the goal of my videos and all the videos that's going to be on this channel, one of the things I'm going to talk about is purpose. And the goal is so that to help people find purpose, and also to help them actualize purpose and actually walk in those purpose, right? And so the second thing that I believe is part of the life game that everybody is willing to play, or should be willing to play, is the business game, or what I call the money game. The business game. Seeth a man that is diligent in his business, he shall stand before kings and not before mere men. Right? God has deposited things, gift, talents inside of every single one of us, and he expects every single one of us to trade with those things. He expects every single one of us to trade with the gifts and the talents that he has given to us, to do business with them, actually do business with them and trade with them, right? And so I believe personally that if you find purpose, the purpose of God is usually very huge. It's something that it is really, really bigger than you. But again, I also understand that to do the purpose correctly, to do the purpose that God has deposited into your heart, you actually need finances. You need funds to be able to do the purpose that God has, put into your heart. And that's why I believe that you need to learn the money game. You need to learn the business game. You need to learn the selling game. You need to learn the art of trading. You need to learn the act of creating things, right? And putting things out there in the marketplace, in exchange for money, right? Because these things are going to drive and make your purpose come to actualization. Because I believe strongly that you are going to need a whole lot of money to be able to do what God wants you to do here on earth, right? And the third thing that I know is the life game that everybody is really desiring to play is the game of relationship. And when I'm talking about relationships, specifically, I'm talking about godly marriages. I'm talking about spousal relationship, right? Relationship, or I'm just going to put it here. I'm just going to say marriage. You see, not that I have all the answers to all these questions, but I can count myself worthy to the fact that I can speak about this thing to a certain degree because God has really helped me to go through some of these stages, and I'm still going through these stages. I'm still learning. I'm still having experiences every single time. But I mean, I'm also going to come here and share the things that I've learned over the years and how I'm able to navigate life in these levels, from the level of purpose, from the level of business, from the level of marriage, how I'm able to, you know, get to actualize and to discover purpose, how I'm able to get into the business world, how I'm able to find, the godly spouse that God wants for you. Because, if you find out in the book of Genesis, God created Adam and he told Adam that it is not good for a man to be alone. And he created a helpmeet for him. If that isn't critical, if that wasn't important, I don't think God would really do that. I don't think God is going to do that. And so I see these things, I see all of these three levels as the life game that every single one of us wants to play. We might not really like to accept it. We might not really like to admit it, but every single one of us wants to play this game. Everyone is seeking and asking for, the reason for their existence. Everyone is seeking and wanting to be financially free, and not just to be financially free, but you need to be financially free so that you can do the purpose that God has deposited into your life, so you can fund the purpose, so that you can fund the blueprint of, of God. The things that he has put into your life, the things he has put on your heart to do, so that you can be able to fund that. And at the end of the day, you might want to discover that you need something, you need somebody to complete you. You might discover that you need a spouse, a godly spouse, a purpose spouse to complete you, to be able to do the work of God, to be able to do the purpose of God, right? I believe strongly that God put gift and talents in every man for himself. For himself. So the gifts and talents that God put into our lives, the things that we can do, God put them there so that we can use it for ourselves to profit, so that we can use those things to eat, so we can use those things to make money for ourselves to eat. But when it comes to purpose, I promise you, and I tell you with all sense of humility today, that God put those things into your heart as purpose for the people. That thing that is a burden in your heart that God has been asking you to do is for the people. It is for you to be able to serve people out there. You necessarily don't have to think about money making when you're doing that, but trust me, along the line, in doing your purpose, you're gonna make a ton, a whole lot of money, right? And that's why I'm teaching, purpose, how to discover purpose, how to actualize it, and how to do purpose, and how to make money doing things that you love based off of your passion, your gifts, and your talents that God has given to you, how to create things and how to sell things and how to trade things for money so that you can live a very fulfilling life, so that you can live a very, very, very abundant life. And so at the end of the day, when you discover that you need to be able to have a spouse, when you think, oh, I desire to have a spouse, I'm also going to be teaching on this channel all the ingredients and all the frameworks that you need to know before you discover your purpose spouses, all the things that you need to put in place for you before you find that one person for you that you're going to do life with. And this is exactly what this challenge is going to be about. I promise you, if we're going to be talking about something different, it's not going to be far-fetched. It's not going to be something far from all these three things, right? It's going to be purpose, business, and it's going to be godly marriage. It's going to be how to do these things, how to find purpose, how to do business, how to make money, doing the things that God wants you to do, doing the things that God has put in your life, doing the things that God has deposited in your life, because I believe that in him, and that's God, in him all things consist. He's the one who put all those things. He's the one who gave you the brain. He's the one who put everything there, and he expects you to trade with those things. He expects you to do business. He expects you to be diligent in all those things, and so that you can stand before kings and not before mere men. And this is all that this challenge is going to be about. I'm excited for the videos and the trainings and the teachings that I'm going to be sharing on this channel. And for the people that's going to be joining me to do this, I'm excited for what we have ahead of us. Thank you so much for joining me on this YouTube channel. Thank you. I appreciate you. Watch out for next videos. Watch out for other videos that I'm going to be putting out. Thank you. Goodbye.